Hello everybody, welcome to the Red Army. This is where we talk about anything and everything about Manchester United. It's a very tough time to be a United fan right now. I can say this firsthand, being a United fan for the last 20 years. This is horrible. This is like the worst nightmare coming to life. Well, what can we do? Absolutely nothing. The only thing we can do is to come here to this platform and rant about Manchester United. Nobody's safe at Man United today. Nobody's safe. Not the players, not the manager, not even the staff. Everybody's job is at risk. INEOS are trying to trim the fat. They are trying to lay off as many people as possible so that they can save money. I remember reading an article where they said that in the last 3 years, Manchester United has lost over 300 million on wage bills only. And this is what INEOS is trying to combat. They're trying to reduce the wage bill so that at least they can channel some of that money to improving the club. Well, it makes sense. It's obvious that we need money. It's obvious that we need to make certain decisions. But selling some of our assets, well, that's just ridiculous. I mean, why should we go to sell somebody like Garnacho, somebody who has been very influential to us for the last 2 seasons, somebody who is at his peak, at his prime, somebody who just needs a little push, and then he'll be a superstar. Why are we going to sell somebody like Garnacho and leave somebody like Harry Maguire and leave somebody like Casemiro? All these people who are not performing for us on a daily basis, why would they stay? Those are the people who should be at the front row, or the front row when we are planning to sell some of our players. Instead of going for Garnacho, we should be removing the dead stock, the rotten wood. Those are the people who should be actually leaving Manchester United. And I'm so happy to hear that in summer we might be able to sell. We might be able to sell Eriksen, Johnny Evans. We might be able to sell Lindelof and Casemiro, if at all they renew their contracts. But most of these players are actually living on a free transfer because their contracts have already expired. So in short, we actually going to save some money on the wage bills that we could have paid them, but still they are going out on a free. Remember, we paid money to get these players in. They have been paid the entire time they were playing for Manchester United, and now they are living for the free. And you wonder, okay, what are you guys doing? What is INEOS doing? Anyway, let's focus on what we should be doing right now. Manchester United right now, we are in a disastrous phase. We don't have any direction. We don't have any idea the type of players that we need. We don't even know if Amorim is going to be here next season, because as INEOS said, nobody's job is safe. Even Amorim himself said that his job might be in danger. Everybody's job is in danger. Now, what this does, it has 2 effects. It puts the people in charge on toes. People like Amorim and the players, they have to be on toes. They have to toe the line. They have to be cautious. They have to be careful. And there's a negative effect. It actually pushes people away, because if you're not guaranteed of your job, then you start looking elsewhere. It's just a matter of fact before the likes of Bruno Fernandes start seeking greener pastures elsewhere. We saw that happened with Marcus Rashford. I mean, I never thought in a million years that Marcus Rashford would be leaving Manchester United, let alone not being able to play, or he's being frozen out of the starting 11. I never thought that day would come, but it was here. Well, this is not the manager's fault. This is partly Marcus Rashford's fault, because he has been given so many chances. I mean, he's a winger who forgot how to dribble. We knew him and we loved him for dribbling and taking on defenders, but it got to a point where he became very predictable. He would approach matches in a single style every time, the same tactics, to a point now the opposing managers knew exactly what to do to stop Marcus Rashford. I mean, this is a player who got so lazy, he never wanted actually to dribble past defenders. He wanted to beat them using only pace. Now, what happens when you rely on your pace only to beat defenders? The opposing manager, your opponent, will actually bring in a defender who is equally or even more or even faster than you. This is the only way to stop Marcus Rashford, and managers actually, they learned about this, and that's why Marcus Rashford was less effective for us in the last few seasons. Why? Because they knew how to stop him. And when you neutralize Marcus Rashford, especially when he's playing as a winger, that's it. That wing is dead. It's no longer a threat. Now they focus on the other wing. Then they find like Garnacho there. They neutralize him. Okay? Then they go in the middle there. They neutralize a striker. That's it. Our attack is done. It cannot cause any harm. Then they overload the midfield. Once they overload the midfield, that's it. We cannot control the ball. They start pushing us back to our side, and before you know it, we are losing games. Okay, that's what happened with Wolves. That's what happens with. That's what happened with. Which game is this? Why am I forgetting? Crystal Palace. That's what happened with Crystal Palace. These are some of the games that we were supposed to win comfortably. Okay, I don't say that Rashford was there, but this is the way we approach games, relying on pace alone. This is what happens when you don't have tactics. Well, can we blame Amorim? Yeah, somehow he can be blamed, but we also need to know this. What players do during the match day when they are playing out there is entirely on them, not the manager, because I'm pretty sure that the manager usually has some tactics and he shares the tactics with the team. Now it's up to the team now to actually adapt these tactics and actually bring them to life when they're playing. But as we have seen, our players are usually they are usually very anxious when they are playing football. So it's difficult for them to adapt these tactics when they're anxious and when they're nervous. Amorim himself said this. He said that the problem why we are losing so many games because our players are nervous. They are nervous when they have the ball, they panic when they lose possession, and it creates a chaotic situation. No matter how much they train, no matter how much they go over tactics, if they keep panicking and being anxious during match day, then we are going to see such results through and through. That's what we need to focus on. We need to focus on the players. Why are they anxious? Why are they panicking? Okay? Is it the pressure? Is it too much for them? If the pressure is too much for them, then they need to leave. We need players who can step up. I mean, we need players who can thrive under such conditions, because it's not going to be easy for you if you're playing for Manchester United. It's not going to be easy. You're going to be scrutinized. Yes. And when you perform, we actually come in and praise you. Look at what happened to Garnacho. Well, people are praising him. Look what happened to Amad Diallo. They praised him when he performed. Look at what happened to Zaxi when he started scoring. People praised him. And what happened to Zaxi and Højlund when they stopped scoring? Well, people started criticizing them because we feel like they are not giving 100%. We can see it. You can see in the game that these people have panicked. And what this happens is that our opponents usually, they smell blood in the water. They're like a bunch of sharks. Man United players, they panic. Our opponents, they smell the blood, and then they come for the kill. And at the end of the day, we lose that game. So what happens? The manager, that's why you see the manager is so angry. He doesn't know what's going on. He's so pissed off. Even when you watch his press conferences, you'll see that he's so angry. He doesn't know why are these players not giving their best. You know, in training, they're actually animals. They are beasts. And that's why he's so confident in them, and that's why he selects them to play. Then once they step up into the arena, instead of becoming gladiators, they become cowards. They're panicking. They don't want to take risks. They want to play it safe. Well, no risk, no reward. That's what they should know. But unfortunately, they can't. They just want to play it safe. They want to appease the crowd. They want to appease the manager. But they don't know that they are the architects of their own demise. We need players who can step up. We need players who can actually take risks. We need players who can, produce that killer pass. That pass that splits the defense. Those are the type of players that we need. Not these ones that we have here. These are babies. These are millionaires who are paid every week, and yet they don't work for their money. Let me know in the comment section. Do you agree with me? Do you think the players are to blame for this, or should we be blaming the manager? Personally, I think the players are to blame, because we have had so many managers. We have had so many managers coming to Manchester United, and the results have been very, very poor. We have never been able to replicate the success that we had during Sir Alex Ferguson's time. I know it's unfair to compare the managers that we have had with Sir Alex Ferguson, because he also had his fair share of struggles before he actually gripped Manchester United and actually transformed it into champions. He used to struggle as well, but at least something came out. He found the players that would actually embrace his tactics. That's what we are lacking here. We have good managers, but we have some very weak players. They are good players, they can play good football, but they are very weak mentally and they have a very poor attitude. Do you agree with me? Do you think our players have a poor attitude? Do you think that, which players would you like to see gone? I would love to know your thoughts in the comment section. Which players actually agitate you? Which players actually infuriate you? And would you like to see them gone? Let me know in the comment section. So I'm going to keep this video very short. This is I'm heading somewhere, so I don't want to take much of your time. Let me know your thoughts. Let's connect in the comment section, and if you have any question or if you have any idea on the type of content that we should be making, please let us know in the comment section. And if you're new here, kindly take a second to subscribe. It's not too much work for you. It means a lot for us, and we appreciate every effort that you give us. Thank you, and I'll see you in the next video.